know you heard me on the radio. Flexing, she loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing, she loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.
Miami Dolphins fans, everybody out there going through it, man. It's a hangover Tuesday. That's what Shake named the show, and I agree with him, man. He got the little icon for the scotch because if you weren't sipping on something by Sunday night, I don't know what you were doing, man. Rough way to start a Sunday when you got to get up early and you're hoping, you're feeling confident. I think, let's face it, I think a lot of us felt very confident going into that game, differently, I think, than when we were going into Philly. And I don't know about Buffalo. Some people were real amped about Buffalo. That's a division rivalry, and people get amped for it. It is what it is. But it's a tough loss to go in feeling confident, team playing at a high level, coming off the win against New England, and then you go out there to Germany. First of all, that was, and it's fair, it's fine. At the end of the day, it was a Chiefs home game, and it was a Dolphins road game. And you could tell that by the, insignia on the field, everything else that happened. The decor out there, it was a Chiefs home game, and the crowd was definitely significantly pro-Chiefs. Now, I don't know if that's because there's some huge German following of the Chiefs over there, or if it's because, they've won a couple Super Bowls. So since the NFL's come out to Germany, they have been, behind them. By the way, if you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video. Let's get this popping, man. We're getting closer and closer to 1,500 subscribers. We want to get there soon. This is kind of the midway point of the season. We have a bye week. Me and the fellas, we got Liuccui in the back, we got Shake in the back, we got Greg in the back. We're going to have a little meeting, next week, and just, make sure we keep the calibration of the channel going for you. We got a lot of things on the horizon. And so, click subscribe, click like, and join the channel, man. It's been a heck of a journey with this channel and with these Fins and with you guys, the Fury fam, man. Fury fam's still out there, and I need y'all to come up strong, man. We'll be back at it officially in January, but the channel's going strong, man. So keep it up. Look, tough loss. You feel confident. I felt confident, and I felt confident because I thought the Chiefs had been struggling a little bit, especially on offense. And when you looked at this game, whether they were struggling or not, our defense showed up and showed out, okay? Vic Fangio finally had a full complement of his defensive backs, his linebackers, his defensive linemen, who he's been playing a much tighter rotation now. Zach Sealer, Christian Wilkins is playing well. And you get Ramsey and you get X, and I saw Needham in there too. So they came out and they played well. They put pressure on Mahomes. Bradley Chubb, can we give it up for the dude? Because people, including me, were pretty down on Bradley Chubb the beginning of this year because the way he finished out last year and the way he started this year left a lot to be desired. But Bradley Chubb has been balling out, causing that fumble. What's up, Chef Jew? What's up, Mountie? Ryan, Adam, what's good, man? Fury fam's in full effect in the building. D, Mamo, we're in here. But the defense, and who would have thought this at the beginning of the year, right? Who would have thought at the beginning of this season that the defense would absolutely ball the hell out? They held the Kansas City Chiefs with their renowned, celebrated quarterback, Super Bowl winning guys, Andy Reid, future Hall of Fame coach. They held the Kansas City Chiefs to 14 points on offense. The Chiefs' game-winning touchdown, the 7 points that decided this game, came on a Tyreek Hill fumble. Now, there's a lot of things that went into that fumble. Some say, he should have had his forward progress stop. Whistle should have blown, but they didn't blow the whistle. That's how it works. Because when a guy's pushing for a first down and they do blow the whistle, and then we get the first down, you're mad that they blew the whistle. So forward progress always goes by the whistle. You're not going to review that. There was no whistle. Was it a completed pass? I think that's a questionable. That's a question there. I don't know if it was fully completed, quite frankly. I don't think it was. But regardless, he has the ball. He's ready to make a move. The ball's in his hands. The way it just looks in general. Gee, what up? What up? You know, the way it looked in general, it was a catch. And that defender, McDuffie, who's a beast, balling out, he was on him quick. He made a play. Then they made a play with the lateral. None of our guys could make the tackle. He streaks down the sideline. That's the game winner right there because we never matched it. Now, we come out in the second half, and quite frankly, because I think of the defense shut the Chiefs out. They shut them out in the second half. They shut them out after their second touchdown. They didn't score a point the rest of the game. I wasn't worried about our defense. I felt confident with our defense. But who would have thought? Who would have thought just a few weeks ago that our offense were the ones who lost that game? And it wasn't one of those games where we just got completely dominated up front, where the line was just Swiss cheese, where there were miscues. It was our best players not making plays. Not making plays when they were there to be made. Our star players not having those highlight reel moments when they were there for the taking. And their star players, Mahomes leading one methodical drive, defensive players making plays and bringing home 6 points to seal the game, causing trouble for us up front. Their defensive players and their offensive players did what they had to do to win an important game in the conference. And I'll tell you, you can learn a lot about the guys and the team from their post-game, press conferences. I thought that the guy I saw that seemed to take it the hardest, and we can debate his play. We can debate whether he's worth the money he's asking. I don't know that he is. But it seemed like Christian Wilkins took the loss the hardest when I saw the press conferences. And he still had the maturity to thank the German people for having us over there, etc. Now, Tua didn't look like he took it good either. He was upset. But he has that, that's his persona. Just, it's all on me. Whatever, we got to do better. We got to do better. But he's adopting a little bit of the head coach's mentality. Mostert was mature about it, took it hard. They should take this hard. Right? Because, see, we can sit here, and a lot of people have sat here all week, not all week, but the last couple of days telling me, Larry, who cares? We're still in charge of the division. Look, Larry, the Jets lost. The Bills lost. We're still in the division lead. Fine. We're in a division lead. That's great. But things happen in this league. Things happen in this league, especially in late November and December. And we had an opportunity to give ourselves a cushion in the AFC East. You had two teams that were close on our heels, the Bills and the Jets, lose. And we had a game that was winnable. And we were due for that win. And we also could have positioned ourselves to have a better chance at a bye, but forget a bye. Forget the 1 seed. How about the 2 seed? How about 2 games at home guaranteed? Because if you look at this team right now, you are lying to yourself if you don't think that they play better at home and have a better chance of making a run if it's coming through Miami Gardens, than if it's going through one of these cold cities up north with their rabid fan bases and their own style of play and their own energy feeding off the crowd. We had a chance in a winnable game, which, by the way, it was a loud road game for us. It was 100% a pro-Kansas City crowd. But it was better than being in Arrowhead. And we didn't close the deal. Now, does that mean it's all over? You know, we're left for dead. The season's shot. We have no shot? No. There have been a lot of teams, and Dougie is, Dougie do wrong. He's your, supreme optimist. Even Big O's jumping off the bandwagon, and Dougley's out there giving you reasons to hope. And we need that as a fan base. So I'm not hating on Doug, You got TD saying, Tua protecting himself might be hurting us. I don't know if I buy that. You got different spectrums, and this is Larry K, right? This is Phin-Addict Fury with Larry K. So Phin-Addict Fury with Larry K is the objective viewpoint in the middle. There are no excuses. There are no excuses for losing that game, and it hurts. Dan the Man fan, what up? Fury fam in the building. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get up to 1,500 subscribers, man. No reason not to. Let's build this Fury fam before we come back in January. This is going to be built solidly for decades. Okay? Let's build it. Hit subscribe right now. Hit it. But we had no excuse to lose that game. It's a tough loss, and it gives us a lot of negatives and things to consider about this team right now. At the same time, there have been plenty of teams throughout history. That's why I brought up Doug. Doug cited teams. The greatest show on turf. Some other teams, they lost in the regular season to winning teams. They only beat losing teams. They still won the Super Bowl. But if I were this team and I were this fan base, I wouldn't be thinking about the Super Bowl right now. I'd be worrying about the AFC East, and let's take it incrementally. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, because right now, our barometer games that came against these teams that are certainly contenders, two of whom were in the Super Bowl last year. That says something in and of itself. I mean, because we're playing not just good teams. We're playing teams, literally two of the teams we lost to. We only lost 3 games. 2 of the teams we lost to were in the Super Bowl last year. And we played them on the road with hostile crowds. So it's not like we are losing to okay teams, except the Bills. And the Bills were at full strength at that time. Again, on the road, though. But we still have problems that we need to be concerned with. And we shouldn't just be dismissive of those problems and act like it's all good. That being said, there's a lot of football left to play. But I'm not taking any team for granted. I'm not taking the new look Raiders for granted. I'm not, definitely not. And I don't care what happened yesterday with Zach Wilson looking like trash. He's always going to look like trash. That defense is crazy. And they feed off the crowd at home. And that's a bad combination, apparently, for this year's Miami Dolphins, because we struggle on the road in hostile environments with our offense. So don't take the Jets for granted. You definitely can't take Baltimore for granted, because that's on the road. And you can't take Dallas and these guys for granted just because you're at home. So we have us. It's all in front of us. It's all in front of us. But the question is, how do we respond? And how does this team counteract what's been happening to it? How do they defeat? There's a narrative out there. Narratives take on a life of their own. There's truth to this narrative. It's facts. We haven't beat a winning team. There's some nonsense to the narrative, because a lot of the other winning teams haven't beat winning teams. Their best win, a lot of them, is us. But a narrative is a narrative, a little bit more serious. And I think he needs that reality check, right? And I'm not going to second guess somebody who gets paid millions of dollars, who's been in the industry for years, when I've just been a spectator for years, an analyst, now like a quasi-journalist for years. Who am I? Some guy sitting in his apartment in Newark, New Jersey. What the hell do I know? But I do know people. I am able to observe things and attitudes. And I do know that I initially thought it was a great idea that the Miami Dolphins went early to Frankfurt to adjust their sleep schedule and whatnot. And I thought it was a mistake that the Chiefs went late. But I saw by the end of that game a key difference in the mentalities of the two teams. And I think those signify a lot about the mentalities of the two head coaches. Mike McDaniel went out there and he wanted his guys to enjoy life and have a one-of-a-kind, one-time experience in Germany. And he brought them there not just to get there early to adjust their sleep schedules for football, but he brought them out there to enjoy the vacation. The Chiefs, and you always hear this, right? You hear this all the time in sports. When teams take road trips, when teams go overseas, whatever it is, all the time in sports, they ask them, how do you feel about being here or how do you feel about being there? And these guys always say, well, you know, this is a business trip. First thing, we were on this business trip. We got to take care of business. Well, this is a business trip. And it looked like the Chiefs flew in and flew out on business. And you know those guys, you go to conventions in your profession. You got the guys who are partying the whole time. They get so drunk at the bar the first night, they don't get up for the classes. They don't get up for the networking the next day. They're party animals. Everybody loves them. And that has its own advantages, right? But then there are the people that are there on business. You have a couple stiff drinks. You don't talk to any of the ladies. You call your wife before you go to bed. You get up early. You have a nice breakfast by yourself with an espresso. You go, you present. You're there on business. And I think Mike McDaniel. Now, but here's the thing. On a deeper, spiritual, abstract, philosophical level, who the hell am I? Who the hell am I to tell a head coach with a bunch of younger men who are in their 20s, some of them pushing in their 30s, but no, not a lot of them as old as me. Who am I to tell them how to spend their life and whether they should enjoy a trip to Germany? Who am I? I'm a nobody to say that. But I am a fan. And I am an influencer. And I do know that if this team thinks it's fun to just play ball, and it is, they're privileged. They're in a great place that many human beings will never be in. And they should soak up every ounce of it because it's fleeting. Time is fleeting. But they need that. They got to decide. And McDaniel has to set the tone in that locker room. And Tua has to set the tone in that locker room. And Magoo himself, if need be, has to make a phone call and set the tone in that locker room. And that tone has to be, if life is fleeting, if time is fleeting, if these opportunities to play football are fleeting, do we want to just be remembered as a fun team that put up a lot of numbers? Or do we want to go down in history and cement ourselves as one of the greatest franchises that we know we can be and meet finally the history that happened early in this franchise? Do we want to be champions? Because that'll stay with us forever too. And you saw it with the record. I understand McDaniels. He didn't want to kick the field goal because it's a crappy way to get a record. But damn, he should have gone for that record one way or the other. Cement yourself in history. I might have that hunger, and I don't have the opportunity they have. I try to do it every which way. Podcasts, writing, jobs, whatever. Do they have that drive? Does Tyreek Hill have what it takes to lay out for a ball to win a game? I'm not saying he doesn't. And I'm not saying to be foolish. I don't want to see Tua go headfirst into anybody. I don't want to see Tua hold the ball too long. I like it. He could fall on the ground every time he's going to get sacked. I don't care. It's smart because if he gets hurt, we're not going to win any more games anyway. So I'm not buying that line that Tua is limiting us by staying healthy. I don't buy it. He doesn't need to put himself on the line to play his game. Do we want it enough to have the focus, the sheer killer instinct focus that you saw in Michael Jordan with that Bulls documentary where he was borderline nuts because all he wanted to do is win. Because that's what it takes to win in this league. It's seldom that you just slip into it because you happen to be talented. And anything in life, actually, you could be as talented as you want. But if you don't have that extra oomph, that extra push, you're not going to get there. I'm not saying this team doesn't have it. I'm saying I hope they do. And if they haven't thought much about it and they haven't dialed into it yet, now's a good time. Now's a good time. Now, one thing, you got some fundamentals. Robert Hunt should be back when we go up against Vegas. Achane is going to be back. And that matters. I'm not sitting on injuries as a crutch, but it matters. Go watch Achane's highlights from the first part of this season. Go watch how he hits a hole, how he finds a crease, and he's gone. I don't care that Armstead's not fully 100% in my opinion yet. He missed one block a little bit, and somebody caught Ahmed's ankle. It doesn't happen to Achane, not because Ahmed's a bad player, but because Achane hits that hole, gets past. He's a playmaker like that. That little ankle grab, that's where the coaches could call all the plays they want. Where the rubber meets the road is this guy's getting paid millions. He's a superstar, one of the absolute top 1% in his profession, which is his position in football, against this guy who's getting paid $1 million, and he's one of the top 1% in his profession, which is professional football at his position, and they meet. Who wins? It's going to help when Robert Hunt's back. It's going to help when Achane's back, just like it's helped on the defensive side with Ramsey back, with X back. And by the way, Vic Fangio, here's the thing about this team. There is not a weak position on this team. Maybe tight end. I don't care. I thought at the beginning of the year linebacker. But look at Long. He's flying around like an animal. He's playing great. AVG, great. Chubb, playing great. There's not a weakness on this team. You want to cry about the O-line? Go ahead and cry. But show me another team in this league with that many injuries that has the depth that we do that kind of can hang tough regardless. Show me, because there's not many. This GM has built a damn good team. Do they have that extra gear? My dad used to call it an extra gear when I played sports as a kid. When I was I played wideout. When I got past, I might run my original route and beat the defender. And he'd say, do you have that fourth gear, that extra gear to get under the ball? To get under the ball. Find the ball and get under it. When I played basketball, do you have that extra gear to run a full court press and keep it up? It's got to come from McDaniel. And it's got to come from the quarterback. And it's got to permeate down. And I didn't say Newfin, good point on Baker, but hey, I didn't say every position group was great, but every position group is good. There's not a weak one. Maybe tight end. That's it. And a lot of position groups are superstar groups. Cornerback, stars. Wideouts, stars. Running back, stars. Quarterback, star. We got to do better. So the end of that game, I don't like how McDaniel went away from the run, and I also heard Mostert say in his postgame that Mostert told McDaniel, hey, we should go to the run. We should run the ball. I don't like that. He should have known that he should have run the ball. Mostert puts the team on his back 20 yards, gets us in position. We think we're going to score. I thought we were going to score. The momentum had shifted. The defense was balling. And by the way, how often do you see a defense against a quarterback like Mahomes get the ball back after we can't convert on the first try to win the game with 8 minutes left? They get the ball back with 2 minutes left. Again. And we go away from the run. We go away from the run. And Q, thank you, my brother. Hit subscribe, guys. If you like this objectivity, this is what this show and channel is. Hit subscribe. Join Fury Fan. Hit like. Tell your friends to hit subscribe. Let's get to 1,500 because you got a channel here that keeps it real. Now, you go away from that run, and they asked McDaniel, why did you go away from the run? Why did you go empty backfield? So empty backfield, the defense doesn't even have to be scared of the run. Now, I don't totally agree with that because McDaniel does so many motions that empty backfield doesn't really mean anything. You could still pitch a wide out run around the end. You could still motion somebody to the backfield. You could do a lot of things. He calls a pass. He says, look, if I called the runs and they didn't work, you would ask me that. If I call a pass and it works, you would appreciate it. You say it's genius. I'm not really mad that he went into a pass because he's trying to throw the defense off. They're on their heels. I didn't hate his play call. And there's other times in the season that I didn't like his play call. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I thought he should have at least tried to run again. I mean, without Ahmed, run with Mostert. He's carrying you. But it's a combination of everybody. You can't put this all on Tyreek, and people are putting it all on Tyreek. Hey, Tyreek he's a star player. He didn't make the plays when he needed. But same thing with Tua. Look, I get it. And I'm pretty sure I know what happened on that throw. Some people are saying it was a duck. It slipped out of his hand. Some people are saying, Wilson made the wrong read. Some people are saying Tua made the wrong read. Look, I bet you. And this is what I do, right? I investigate. I look at different people and different people saying different things, and I determine who's telling the truth and what the truth is, because it's always in the middle of everything everybody's saying. That was a comeback route. That was a route designed to get a first down and step out of bounds. It was the same route that Wilson ran when he got face masked against the Eagles. However, Wilson saw that the cornerback was out of position, had stumbled, and Wilson saw that he was going to be open for a touchdown to tie the game. He expected that his quarterback would be a playmaker and quick and see that himself and throw the ball for the touchdown. And it broke his heart. He said it broke his heart, Wilson said. So he cares. Broke his heart that they didn't connect on that play. Is it Wilson's fault? You could say it is because he didn't run the right route, but you could say he saw something better and ran a better one. Is it Tua's fault? Well, you could say he should have seen him sprinting to the end zone. At the same time, he's running the play that was there, and that was open too where he threw it, and it was a first down. The drive keeps going. But as a unit, as a team, those are the plays where the rubber meets the road, where the great rise above the good, where you go off script a little bit and you make it happen. And they didn't. Whether you're blaming Wilson or Tua, you could blame either one of them, because either one of them, if they do what the other one thought, it's a positive play instead of a dud. Then the snap, it wasn't a great snap. Tua's got to catch it again. Just like Tyreek, when he goes up and a ball hits him in the hands, it's not a perfect throw. He's still got to catch it if he's a playmaker. If he's a star player, he's still got to catch it. Tua's got to catch a snap, even if it's a little bit off, for the final play of the game. Tyreek's got to make the catch when it's in his breadbasket, even though there's two guys on him. These are the plays that separate perennial contenders from perennial champions. And I love the man. I grew up loving him, but he get as much fond memories as he gave me. He gave me a lot of heartbreak, Dan Marino and all those teams, because they couldn't do it either. But Tom Brady's a psycho. He did it more than once. You don't have to be Tom Brady. You just got to give us one or two chips, one or two rings, and you could do it right now with this team. The way they played the Chiefs should show all of us. They played a crap game against the Chiefs on offense, and they still only lost by one touchdown. That was a crazy fluke play, return fumble for 6. If the defense is going to play that good, they can win the Super Bowl. But do they have what it takes? When the rubber meets the road, when a play is there to be made, are they going to make that play? Or is the guy on the opposite side of the field going to make that play? That starts with the coach, the quarterback, and it should permeate through the rest of the team. And if Tyreek Hill is one of the highest paid players, and he was in the MVP conversation, then it should come from him too. And if Mostert is a mature force, which I think he is, it should come from him. If Christian Wilkins is an emotional leader of the team, it should come from him. If these guys are out there, and it's fine, spend time with your family, get away from the game, clear your head, get healthy, 100% do it. I do it. Everybody needs to do it. I'm not even feeling good today. My throat's starting to hurt because I'm talking so much. But go out and get healthy. Go out and take time for yourself. But at the same time, I hope they're also having a reckoning with themselves. And a moment where they're sitting there saying, hey, you know what? We need to adjust our mentality. We need to dig deep and find that extra gear. And we need to go for it as hard as we can and as fiercely as we can if we really want to be champions. It can be done, guys. But what we've seen so far is we're not sure that they're going to do it. So let's see what they do. They're going to have everybody back. They're going to be healthy. There's no excuses. There's not a team on that schedule that they can't beat. Go out there, get yourself set up for the playoffs, win the title, division title, first of all. That's there for the taking. We're in first. Win it. You're in first, and you play the two other teams that could take it from you. One of them you play twice. One of them you play once. One of them you already swept. Go out and win the division. And after that, go make a playoff run. Go out there and show us what you got. Starts with McDaniel. He needs to sit there and figure out how he's going to counterpunch these defenses. How can he match the intensity of Fangio? Because Fangio's had 2 solid outings now against the Eagles and Chiefs. And the offense hasn't matched it. What's wrong on the road and what can we do to adjust? If we can't hear each other on the road, find a way around it. If our nerves are jittering, find a way around it. You got to blast, Metallica or Du Hast in the practice field so loud you can't hear. Do it. I don't care. Find a way. Because it's still all there in front of this team. But if you're not paused a little bit, if you're not scared a little bit, if you're not thinking, this could be the same old, then you're lying to yourself. And let me tell you something. The Jets fans, for once, the first time in weeks, they're losing their minds. But one of the things I noticed listening to Jets radio this morning is that they're all saying they sound like us. Oh, they always tease us. They always look good. Look how good this defense is. But they just don't get it done. That's what the Bills fans are saying. That's every year what 31 teams fans say. So you're kidding yourself if you don't think there's a good chance that it's us again this year. So get realistic with your expectations. At the same time, we still got a lot of season, so don't give up complete and utter hope. And that's my message right now. If you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe, hit the like button. Fury Fam is in the building. Larry K all day. We're out here. Join Fury Fam. We're going to do some memes. We're going to do good, the bad, and the ugly with Shake, with Liuccui, with Greg. I'm going to hand it off to Shake because, especially after that whole discussion there, my throat is killing me and I got to go to work. Thursday, I got a presentation I have to do, so I have to make sure I'm on heavy antibiotics. They're killing me. Azithromycin. But I got it right after that game, too. I don't think the game made me sick, but damn, it came close, maybe. Hit that subscribe button, man. We got to get to 1,500 subscribers. Dig deep, just like we want the Fins to dig deep and hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Hit that subscribe button. Let's go. Join this objective channel. We're going to get you through the whole season. We're going to get you through the whole season, the ups and the downs, and we're not going to get too high or too low. We're going to keep it real. 100% real. But now I got a guy with a paper bag on his head, a guy living in the New England area, goes to work, goes to school, does everything he can to better himself, and he's got to be subjected to these losses now, 3 losses. And I want to see how he's feeling today. Greg Fontaine.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, my brother?
Doing good. How about you?
How you feeling, bro?
I don't know what the word is, but I guess sad because we can't beat good teams.
Yeah, and you don't even have an intro today because you're that down, huh? You got the hood up.
Nothing planned. I got nothing.
They got the emo hood, man.
Yeah.
I get it. I definitely get it. You got the emo hood. You're like in mourning. You know, like the ladies, like they go in mourning, like they wear like the veil for like months or whatever. That's what you're doing with the hood. I understand, man. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And see what they're doing to my boy, man, by playing this way. You see what's going on? I mean, this is not good, man.
Yeah.
This is not good, Liuccui. You see? See what happens to this poor kid? He's out here trying to better himself. And this is what happens. Just ridiculous. And I'm supposed to go to good, the bad, the ugly. I don't even have shaking the bed. I mean, what's going on with this Miami Dolphins?
Yo. Hey, listen. Real quick, if I could just get my spin, because I came in straight from work, so I gotta but I'll do that real quick while we're waiting on Shakes.
Yeah, got you, bro.
Okay, cool. Greg, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Okay, man. I feel your pain, man. I'm with you with the emo. I'm on Larry killed me with that one because I'm on me and my guy Dylan, we were on that type of time Sunday and even yesterday. I woke up with But real quick, this is my whole thing with Mike McDaniel. I've been saying it all year. The running game, and I'm glad Raheem Mostert and everybody else is starting to catch on, but I've been on that since, everybody else kept quiet. I've been screaming that for whatever. So that hasn't changed. And this is my whole thing. The things that I've been saying haven't changed. And I'm like you, Larry, who the hell am I? Who the hell am I? But where we get to say that is these guys get paid a lot of money.
Yes.
And the ones that don't are trying to get paid a lot of money.
Yes.
So it ain't just a game, and it ain't just to go out there and enjoy your time with your family. Miss me with that. You got the whole off season to do that kind of stuff. You want to go to Germany with your family? Do that in the off season. So miss me with any of that. I'm with you, Larry.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, but I at the same time I don't. The only person I ever co-signed saying I just want to is Ricky Williams,
Right.
Anybody else miss me with that? Mike McDaniel, and this has been my concern all year. This guy is he's not it. And maybe I'll be wrong. And you know what? I'm gonna say what I have to say, and I'll stand. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. He's not it. Listen, he can't make adjustments. Last year in the playoff game with Buffalo, how would that delay a game? It killed us. It was a very pivotal point in the game. I know people know what I'm talking about. It killed us. You would think with that little bit of experience, Mr. Yale or whatever he went to school, Mr. McGenius would be able to fix that. Every game this season, when it comes to a serious matter, we get a delay a game. He's the one calling the plays. All these Tua near Beverly is Tua. Where is Tua when these delay games are about to happen? And these are pivotal moments. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where is Tua to say, okay, he's not ready. He's the one watching the clock. Do they not have a communication where he says, listen, if the play ain't coming in and I can't get it, this is what we're going to run. Just something to get it so we don't get the delay game, so we don't burn a timeout. It don't happen. Part 2, real quick. Every game he defers. We win the coin toss. He needs to quit being a coach and go gamble in Vegas. This guy wins the coin toss every game. He wins the
True.
coin toss. Buffalo, we won the coin toss on the road. What does he do? He defers. Hey, do me a favor. Get the dog for me. He defers. Now I could see maybe I gave him in that game. It's a gorgeous weather in Buffalo, whatever. He deferred. Buffalo ran down and scored. What happened? Now we're behind the ball. Okay. Our defense wasn't fully healthy at that time. We're playing a team that we struggle with as far as, keeping the score down, but he defers. Whatever. Okay. Philadelphia. There's another on the road, hostile environment, another, like you said, Larry, championship caliber team. What does he do? He defers. Now, they only got a field goal, but they went up the field on us.
Yeah.
You would think by now, hold on, and the two delay of games, the Philly, a delay of game opening drive. I want to say Buffalo too, but I can't recall that far. But I know in Philly, we did have a delay of game or opening drive. Here it comes. Now, here's two games against formidable opponents, championship caliber opponents. And Buffalo had never been in the championship, but they've been in the AFC. They're who were trying to fight for the AFC championship East, anyways. Here we go against Kansas City. It's on the road, whatever, but still, there's a lot of fans up there because it's a lot of bandwagon fans. I talked to some guys that are, and say that's what it is. It's just like anywhere else in the world.
It makes sense.
That's what it is. Here we go. He defers again. And what happens? Kansas City runs up the field. They score. And when we get the ball back, what do? Delay of game. It's ridiculous, bro. Any game in any sport, I was talking to Dylan this earlier. I don't care if you shoot pool, if you play golf, if you do whatever. When you played, Larry, as Shakes played, there's jitters in the beginning. Boxing. I always refer to boxing. I boxed when I was young. Or if you've been in a fight in your whole life. If you know there's going to be a fight, you're fighting somebody after school, whatever. You're nervous. You're thinking about, you're nervous. And even when you're scoring up, you're nervous. After the couple of first hits are thrown, the nerves go out the window. And now it's time to, every game, there's jitters in the beginning of the game, especially on an international level.
Right.
They're playing us, who's been running up the score on everybody. We're supposed to be this. We're playing the Super Bowl champions. Everybody has jitters. Why don't you take advantage of that when you win the coin toss and take the ball and let their defense be the one that's nervous while we run up the field and then let them figure it out? He keeps doing that. And to me, it's just, I can't understand why you would continue to defer and put us behind the ball. It doesn't make sense to me. This guy doesn't make adjustments, common sense adjustments that we see as average Joes, not Yale graduates, not anything, just a student of the game, like he's allegedly been his whole life, Mr. Ball Boy in Denver. I'm sorry, man. Miss me with any kind of McGenius talk. I don't give a damn about any of that. He abandons the run, like I've been saying. It's just, it's really common sense. He tries to overthink things. I think he's let a lot of that McGenius talk go to his head. He doesn't stick to the basics. We're in trouble with the coaching. And I've been saying, I'm not out on Fangio. Everybody else was. Anybody else, you say, it's just the first. You got to give time to adjust. They were on Fangio right away. A lot of people like, what is he getting all this money? Jeez, the guy's missing half his secondary. And now everybody's coming together. Wilkins, who seemed like he was non-existent, everybody's getting a hold of it. Players are coming back. Our defense is playing good. It's like, come on, man. Yeah, Reek took away that's another thing. Tyreek, man, he drops a pass. He's whatever. But I'm sorry. It's just, to me, it's coaching. It's all to do with Mike McDaniel. It's all to do with Tua. And I agree with TD. There's a stark difference. Everybody wanted to throw up the comparisons between Mahomes and Tua's numbers in the game. And I'll tell you something. The stark difference in their games this week was when Mahomes was under heavy pressure, he was able to extend plays. And people say, extend it for what? They didn't get any points. Who cares? He got them to where they had an opportunity to keep fighting to try to get more points. We don't have that. I'm sorry.
It-
Tua, listen, and I respect that. Tua, go down, take that hit. I'm with it 100%. Don't take an unnecessary hit. But there's going to be a point in time when you got to say, it is what it is, and you got to try to extend the play. You got to do something. And Tua doesn't do that. And if you've seen it and I haven't, excuse me.
Well,
But against Philadelphia, when it was right before halftime and it was 4th and 13 and we went for it and he had that clutch throw to Wilson, I gave him credit where credit was due. But that was when there was protection and he just had to make a perfect throw. There has to be a time when the protection breaks down and you have to make something out of nothing. It seems to me that he only is able to make the clutch throws when everything else is falling into place. And that's not going to work. It's not going to work. And that duck, absolute duck he threw to Wilson, missed me with the MVP talk. That's what it is. It plays like that. You can't miss. Sometimes, yes, but I mean, it's a clutch play. He shouldn't have missed that, And I don't know. That's all I got to say. McDaniels is really, to me, so far, I'm going on a limb and saying he's not that guy. He's not.
Well, I think you got to be a little bit, at this point, you got to, if you're not at least considering that he might not be the guy, then you're lying to yourself. But
He's doing the same thing.
There's a very real chance
this season.
He hasn't won a playoff game yet. He hasn't been a head coach with success yet. So the jury is out. That's for sure. Greg, what do you got to say? Greg.
This is going back to Pucci's point about deferring. I mean, if you watch these ESPN pundits on their shows, they always talk about how we fall behind. If we took the ball first, maybe we play with a lead. And this goes to the point. I've done the research. I can go back and find research. I didn't do much research, but every time we've won the toss and deferred, sometimes before the end of the second half, we score, and then at the start of the third quarter, we go 3 and out. Or we don't score at the end of the second half, we go 3 and out in the first half or the second half. Sometimes there's been one game we scored out coming out of half. That's Buffalo, when we were down 31 to whatever it was. I don't know. But, we play from behind all the times. And if you notice the defense, they on their first drive sucks. And we're giving up points. I mean, Eagles game, we only give up field goal.
Every time, yep.
They got to we're watching the Buffalo game this past weekend in the Bengals. Bengals go down 7-0. Bills go down and tie it up. But then the Bills get the ball. It's 21-7 going into half. They get 0 points at the end of half. And then they get the ball to start. They punt. So
I get it. But listen,
it sometimes works in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't.
I hear you. Yeah, I like to have the ball coming out of the half, but at the same time, there's something to be said. We keep getting lit up first, and then we're always playing from behind. I don't see why we can't at least try it. And when we've tried it, it has worked in the past. Like
we got the greatest offense.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We're breaking all kinds of records. We're making history with our offense up to this point. Why would you not go ahead? And our defense hasn't been terrible. It hasn't been terrible. It hasn't been abysmal. And especially as of late, it's been actually clamping down. So why would you not take advantage of that?
They could probably clamp down better too.
Real
if we had a lead.
I promise I'll shut up. Newfoundland, come on, for you know what's sake. People were saying the same thing about Fangio 4 or 5 weeks ago. No. I don't know what you're trying to say. Mike McDaniel's been here since last season, and he was supposed to be this great whatever. And okay, he proved he got us to the playoffs on a wing and a prayer, whatever the case may be. But the mistakes he made that cost us that playoff game on him, are the same mistakes that are costing us right now in this season. Fangio just got here just the other day, and he's already making, like Larry said, we just played the Super Bowl champs and held them to nothing the second half. So miss me with that.
But I hear you.
The good. The bad. The ugly.
For a shake.
The good was the fact that, like you said, the defense held the Chiefs to 0 points. The good is that we're still in first place at the AFC East. The bad was the not the coaching. I want to say the fact that the Tyreek got stripped and we had, whatever. And the ugly was a lot of rats off the ship. You know what I'm saying? People acting like it's the end of the world, bro. We lost to we're still 6-3. We still have a chance. We still have more winning opponents that we have to, you know what I'm saying? The jury's still out. At the end of the day, bro, when when two good organizations play each other, they're not going to play the same offense that they would play against a losing franchise, against a bad team. It's going to be tight no matter what. We're not going to put up 60 points on a winning team, regardless. So at the end of the day, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? We just got to, I'm glad it's happening now and then not in the playoffs. I'm glad we're making these mistakes so we could live to fight another day. You know what I mean? This is something we could learn from. At the end of the day, if he learns, if he, we have 2 weeks to stew on this and see what kind of organization we have.
So you're saying you're not totally losing it. You're just saying the jury's out, though. I mean, we still got to see because but we can still see it. It can still turn out good. Like, you don't have to go crazy. So
yeah, exactly. We still have the Buffalo game. We still have the Dallas game. We still have the Baltimore game to see if we're making these adjustments, and then we could draw that conclusion. At the end of the day, we're still a young team. There's how many players over 30 on this roster? You can really can't hardly name me any. You know what I mean? It's a handful, like you said. And I don't know. I just think that, the good thing is a lot of these issues that we're facing are correctable. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of quarterbacks that can't make something out of nothing and end up going far. You know what I mean? So,
like who?
And Tom Brady, you think he was he could make something out of nothing?
Absolutely.
Win.
That's a terrible example.
Win.
No,
Tell
I
me
don't
win.
think. I don't
win.
think Brady.
Win. Please let me know. Win.
I agree.
I'm listening. Come on.
One. I don't think
Go
Brady
ahead.
was. He's not like an off-schedule quarterback. He used to jump right on the floor. I used to call him a bitch about.
Come on.
Hold on.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Okay, listen. Can I call out a specific right now of when Tom Brady made something out of nothing? But somebody who had whether it was Adam Vinatieri or whatever, made how many? 6?
Those were predetermined plays, bro. He did everything pre-snapped. It wasn't like once the pocket collapsed, he couldn't do nothing. He was like a deer in headlights, bro.
I ain't doing that. I ain't co-signing that, and I'll look it up.
You don't have to co-sign that because I know it for a fact, bro. You don't have to co-sign it. I don't need co-signers, bro.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. You don't get 6 Super Bowls by not extending plays. I'm sorry. Playing the Baltimore Ravens in the championship, one of the best defenses ever.
Yeah, and look at Lamar Jackson. Can't win a playoff game with his extending plays.
Well,
can't win a playoff game.
I mean, Brady. Let's face it.
One playoff game.
He lost. Let's face. Hold on.
All these regular season games wins he's doing. But as soon as you get to the playoffs, no, he didn't.
Hold on, though. When
you can't name me one. You can't name me one.
When he lost to the Giants twice, it was because Eli extended plays and he didn't. He really didn't.
Okay, listen. That's 2 that he lost. There's 6 that he won. So there's 2 times
from pre-snap. It wasn't post-snap, pre-snap.
Now I can tell you, hold on, this is the difference. When it comes to just a couple of I can tell you the plays that Eli did. The Mario Manningham pass on the sideline, super clutch, dropped a dime.
That was Manning. That wasn't Brady.
David Tyree.
That wasn't Brady. That wasn't Brady.
Because there's just 2 of them. With Brady, there's 6.
So you have 6 Super Bowls, but can't name one play.
Listen. 2 things could be true here, right? That one is that Brady was not an off-schedule quarterback, but the second could be that Brady was such a psycho competitor that his precision and his absolute perfection when it counted was superior.
Everything was
that Tua doesn't need to be off-schedule.
Everything was pre-snap.
Yes, but he needs to have that precision killer instinct competitiveness that Brady has so that he doesn't drop a snap. 2 things could be true.
Yes,
yeah, man.
You both have.
I can tell you, Joe Flacco to Jacoby Jones in Denver, where he was over the top and he extended the play to throw the bomb in Denver. that was just a miracle play to get them to where they won the Super Bowl. I can name these guys that got 1 or 2. I can name you them off the top of my head. Brady 6. I get tired of watching it. Who the hell? But I'll send them to you because you're absolutely insane to think that Tom Brady didn't extend plays. It's just insane to even say that. Come on.
So,
so
Tua never extended the play. You said so. You're saying Tua never.
I'll tell you.
You're saying Tua never. Hold on. So you're saying Tua never expand. Yeah, whatever you say, bro.
Hold on. How about this? Now I'll tell this too. Tua doesn't extend plays all the time. However, I recall a specific play because I was in the stands 2 weeks ago where he went with his friggin' head into a defender over the first down, and I cringed because I was like, "Why the hell are you leading with your head, kid?" So just
right.
I can name where he stepped out of the pocket, made a turn in that Baltimore game last year where he extended the play and threw a touchdown. This is prior
to his injuries, Shakes.
That's why I'm saying
this Baltimore. You talking about Baltimore? But that was Baltimore game.
He had a game against the Cardinals. He had a game against the Cardinals early in his season where he was doing it. The Rams early in his career. Before his
that was after the hip injury, though.
Cheetos, man. I'm just letting you guys know Cheetos are being eaten on this show live. Oh, yeah. So just whatever. We're just gonna keep it real. But listen,
Baltimore was after the injuries last season.
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
No, it was Baltimore.
The only injury he had was a concussion last year. What are you talking about? The only injury he had was a concussion last year.
Yeah,
that's what he means. He's talking about the concussions.
The only injury I'm talking about.
He's talking about the concussions. But hold on. Listen, my thing with Tua too is he got hurt trying to create. So I'm good with him not. I don't think he needs to extend plays to be successful. I do think he needs to connect on passes and he needs to catch snaps. And he needs, when a receiver recognizes that a corner falls down, he needs to make the throw. Both could be true, but he doesn't need to be Aaron Rodgers. I don't want him to be. I don't want him to run around. Aaron Rodgers even got hurt doing that. I don't want him to.
Bro, he lays the lead. I don't want him to balls away.
Everyone break outside that pocket a little piece though, and make the plays. And listen, one more thing that everybody wants to talk about: Tyreek dropping a wide open. To me, it wasn't a wide open. To me, it wasn't super easy catch. But let me tell you something. In the beginning of that play, there was a blatant, almost as blatant as the Philadelphia game, face mask on the line against Tyreek. Yes. That split second tore that timing route. We all know Tua and the receivers, and there's nothing. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, a timing route. I'm not saying it is. However, that threw off the timing. Tyreek's speed allowed him to catch up, but it still was off. Obviously, him and Tua have impeccable timing together. Man, they've had to work their ass off together to have the timing they have. Anybody who says anything is just ridiculous. But that little bit at the line, that no call was just enough where, man, it was a tough catch. That was, I don't put that I see people saying there's a wide open bomb that Tyreek dropped. Bullshit, a wide open dime. It wasn't wide open and it wasn't an super easy catch. It was a little bit out of his reach. There was two guys right there, but that was the problem with that route. It wasn't Tua or Tyreek, in my opinion. It was the failed call on the ref. And, it was a good play by the defense. They did what they did. They didn't get caught.
Yeah, the defense is doing that. And the fact is, we need the refs to be, I don't want them to call a nicky-knack game and call every damn thing, but they got to call stuff. There was a blatant hands to the face.
That was blatant.
And I mean, but my thing with, well, hold on, sorry, Shake. One thing about Tyreek, I'm not saying, and I know I know you didn't say I said it, but I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's an easy catch. I'm saying he's that superstar. He's got to make it, just like Tua has to drop that dime in Wilson's breadbasket on the other play where he missed them. Go ahead, Shake.
No, I was just saying another narrative that is funny is how we can't beat the winning teams. Well, last year Buffalo was finally beating the winning teams. The teams with winning records, they're beating the Chiefs, they beat the Titans, whatever. And they what happens when in the divisional, they got bounced out by Cincinnati. So all that this winning, it doesn't matter in the regular season. As long as you get to the postseason and do your winning there, that's all that cares.
Everybody's
that I care about.
I'm with you on that, Shakes. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Everybody starts 0-0 in them playoffs, 100%.
True,
that Giant team Larry talked about earlier, was a damn 6 seed.
Yeah,
and fought every game on the road. Went to Green Bay and Lambeau and won. Went to damn Dallas and won. I mean, they went everywhere. That was hard to win against these teams that were supposed to be the teams that we can't beat, and beat them, and ultimately beat the damn New England undefeated Patriots. So I'm with you, Shakes.
And like I said, let me Yeah, let me
I'm with
let me on this. When at the end of the day, like I've said before, it's all about winning the war, not winning the battle. Because you look at Tom Brady. We're gonna bring up Tom Brady one more time. He went undefeated, got home field advantage, all that good shit, and lost to the Giants. And then his last Super Bowl, he had to go to New Orleans, who beat their ass 2 times in the regular season by big margins, not little margins, big margins. He had to go to the frozen tundra and drop 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter, and they had to play Patrick Mahomes and end up winning that Super Bowl. So at the end of the day, like I said, and like Anthony alluded earlier, it's all about what we do in the postseason, man. So I don't care if we win, beat any, there's been Dudley Duron brought this up. I'd rather be 6-3 than 3-6, beating the winning. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, and here's what I'll say though: there's 2 things can be true again. Like, yes,
for sure.
yes, the postseason is all that matters. Yes, I'm not gonna like give up on the whole season because we lost. And I get Doug is saying I'd rather be 6-3 than 3-6, but shit, I'd much rather be 7-2 looking at the bye. So here's the thing: it's true that we don't need to win every game. However, you could still glean and learn something about our propensity and potential, whether we win or lose those games. 1 and 2. You could still say if we're a better home team than a road team, it would serve us well to win some of those games and get more home games in the postseason. So 2 things. It's not fatal. It's not the end of the world per se, but it still means something. So I get both sides. Why you don't have to say the sky is totally falling, but you can be a little bit aggravated that we dropped all 3 of those games, especially this game, because the Eagles game really didn't mean anything. It's out of conference except media nonsense. But this game, it meant something for the postseason. Just say.
No, it meant something as far as home field advantage and the number 1 seed.
Right.
Every game, when you're shooting for that, every game counts.
Yes, true.
So it counted for that. And my whole thing is, I've said it before. I think we can win with Tua. I think we can win the Super Bowl. We can win the big game with Tua as long as everything else is as it should be.
Right.
I don't think Tua is the guy that can throw it on his back and make it happen.
I agree.
But you don't have to have that guy at quarterback when you got a running game like we got.
Yes.
When you got the defense that it seems that we got. I mean, we have the most pressure on the quarterback in the league. Now we got Ramsey back. I mean, we're good on defense. We got a great run game. We have a great receivers corps. What else? Like you said, Smythe is maybe the only weakest link, and this guy ain't dropping stuff.
Nope.
He's just. But who needs a great tight end when you have great receivers and a fullback that's a maintenance man, do everything, and a great running game? When you got A-Chain and Mostert together, we got everything we need. You know what's missing? Coaching.
Yeah,
that's what worries me. I'm sorry, you had a week to game plan. This is how we're going to open our offense. This is how we're going to open our offense. Yeah, it's not. You don't know how the game. You don't need to know how the game is going to play. This is how you open our offense, and you get a delay a game every time you start us. So you defer. They score. We're behind the ball like that, and then the opening drive, you get a delay a game and put us further behind the ball. It's like, what are we doing? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You got to be able to fix that. He's been doing it since last season. I'm sorry. You're a Yale graduate. You can't figure that out? How to get the first opening play of the game? Come on, man.
He's got to do a lot better on a lot of levels, bro. And if I hope he knows that.
It's just too much shucking and jiving, laughing and joking and
I agree.
Spinning and grinning and all these stupid ass jokes.
I agree.
Come on, man.
Another reason
monotone like Bill Belichick, even though I enjoy his press conference.
Hell yeah, me too.
I don't need you to be, I don't need you to be like that. I don't need you to be Marshawn Lynch. You're only here so you don't get fined. But shut up, man. Stop being so jokey and take shit serious. Because it's a joke that you can't. Every game you get a delay a game, and you're the guy calling in the plays. And Tua, Mr. MVP, he can't say, "Look, the time's running out. This is what's going to happen. We're just running this play." What the hell is happening with that? You can't win like that. I'm sorry. Big time games, Shakes, you can't win like that. You got to be prepared. With that. Preparation is key.
But one last thing I'm gonna say about the difference between Brady and Rodgers is that Rodgers tried to put the team on his back and only won one Super Bowl, where Brady, he elevated the team to help him win together. He didn't put the team on. Brady never put the team on his back. He elevated the team and made plays with different people. He got Julian Edelman involved. He got Danny Amendola involved. He got Gronkowski involved. He got the whole team involved. Putting people
essence,
where they needed to.
That's putting the team on his back.
No, that's not putting the team on his back, because
he
wasn't trying to do. He wasn't trying to do
I'm
everything
saying,
himself. He wasn't trying to do everything himself, though.
But
that's the difference.
And I'm with you, Shakes, in a sense. But
Roger was trying to do everything himself. He tried to.
Yes, sir.
He tried to be a one-man gang.
You're absolutely right. But this is what Larry's saying. This is what coupling what you and Larry are saying together. It doesn't have to be. I put everything on my back like Aaron Rodgers and whatever, and be a leader like that. Sometimes it takes being a leader, getting everybody involved and saying you're as important, and making sure Tua don't do that. Sorry. I mean, look at the stats. Last year it was just all Tyreek Waddle. There was very few other people involved in the game, including the run game. You could call it McDaniel, you could call it Tua, call it whatever. There wasn't a lot of people. And this year, look at who's involved. Barrios, did Barrios even get a target?
Yeah. If that was Brady, Barrios probably would have been the player of the game. He would have got, you know what I mean? Like for instance, if you look at Brady 1 week, Gronkowski was the player of the game. Then the next week, you never know who
the game plan. Now, Gronk's gonna get his stuff with Brady, and then guess what?
There'll be games where he gets nothing
all season. When they got to them playoffs, the New England Patriots, well, I bet you they ran that damn ball. You heard Gray or whoever other off-brand running back they had would get that ball in the playoff time and in the Super Bowl, especially, whether it be on screens, whether it be running the ball. They had fantastic stats in the playoffs. Not all season, but that's what makes. See, you get it. We don't have that. I'm sorry. It's predictable, and it just comes down to we play the teams that can't defend it, and we show them you can't beat us doing what. And it should be that this is what we're gonna do and stop it. And if you can't, you lose. But then we play other teams. We don't have I just said blueberry lemonade.
Got a lot going on. A lot going on out here. Greg, what's up?
I just wanted to.
How were the Cheetos? First of all, were those hot Cheetos or regular Cheetos?
Oh,
regular. Like regular to me.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking. They were good. You got like the orangey hands or no? Like the Cheeto monster? All right, cool. I'm making sure. All right, so what's up, bro?
Another thing I wanted to say here, another reason we struggle here in these big games on the road is, like, I don't know if you guys notice it too. Sometimes, like, there's 5 seconds on the play clock and we're finally lining up. I mean, and then we have to waste timeouts in these delayed games. I mean, let's go back to Buffalo. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. My dad said it too. Like, why doesn't Tua have a wristband? McDaniel goes, and McDaniel just tells him the play number. We get
right. That's true. Actually, why is that? That's weird.
Like, every time we're like, it's 5 seconds on the play clock, and we're finally lining up, and then Tua can't make his adjustments. That's why we've been struggling in these games. So if we get the play call in faster, Tua can make his adjustments, and we wouldn't be looking as sloppy in these big games.
That's a good point, man.
It goes back to Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have beat those bums, but the play calling coming in slow. We're not getting to line quick enough. We can't make the adjustments. We got to waste timeouts. And then McDaniel, we're having stupid penalties. We're having stupid false starts, stupid offsides. We got to clean that up, man. I'm not gonna go back to him, but there are differences in between he who shall not be named and this coach. I mean, we look like. I mean, if we had he who shall not be named, I think these penalties wouldn't like these. We got to clean up the penalties. We got to stop committing stupid penalties, bro. Okay. We're out here. I think I don't know the rankings, but I think we're one of the most penalized teams. But we're making these stupid mistakes. We got to clean them up.
Yeah, and that was the one thing Bo Camper always harped on. He goes, "Look, man, if you beat yourself, those are the things that make and break a ball game too."
Yeah.
She said, "Man."
But like I said, when you have two good teams playing, it's all about one. It comes down to one or two plays. When you're playing two good teams, you're not going to score those 50 points or 30 points that you're accustomed to when you're playing a team like the Kansas City Chiefs or the Cincinnati Bengals or any formidable opponent that's in the playoffs.
No, you're right, but that's when those guys, those earners, they got to separate themselves, win those championship, make those championship plays. Now it's not the championship yet. I get it. It's got to be coming up soon. Soon it is going to be the clutch again in December, fighting for playoff position in the playoffs. Let's see if they bring it because they haven't brought it yet, to be honest. And I want to see them do it. They're capable of doing it. They have the physical talent. We've seen them do it when it's not on the line, when the guy across the field from them is not as talented, is not just as championship caliber. I want to see him do it. So we will see this year. That's the thing. That's the beauty. Show me season, and everybody knows we will see. We will see one way or the other if they're going to do it. Now, if they just get beat, that's one thing. But we got so much talent that we will see if they do what they're supposed to do. We will. So that's it. But guys, listen, my throat is starting to kill me because I'm talking fast. I got to hop off. I'm going to hand it off to Shake to do the panel, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Click subscribe and join Fury Fam officially, man. We'll be back with you next Tuesday, man.
All right, man. Be safe, my brother. Take care of yourself.
Feel better soon, bud.
Yeah, bro. I'm going to get better later.
Much love, brother. Peace. All right. All right, Liuccui. That was a good debate. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You like that? We got this guy. Hold on. Look at this guy. Says Matt Moore would be killing it on this team.
Actually, Matt Moore. Actually, I was a big Matt Moore fan.
Yo, I was a huge Matt Moore fan. Let me tell you, Matt Moore was at one point, well, in Carolina, anyways. He had that season. He was nice, but he was like a Matt Flynn. He's the best. I'll tell you what, though. He's the best backup quarterback in the history of the damn football league, man. Matt Moore was that guy.
But hey, it's good to know that we could yell at each other and still love you, bro.
Yeah,
you know that.
My brother, man. Of course. You're bugging, though.
Yeah, nah, you don't want to
bugging. Tom Brady.
Hey, we'll I'll tell you what. This Thursday, we'll revisit that this Thursday. You bring your.
I'm gonna send you some videos to upload and extending some stuff because this is the greatest. And it pains me to say, but I don't give a damn.
No, do it.
He is the greatest quarterback to play the game because ultimately your quarterback is a general. And when you're talking about a general of the game, there's only one position, bro, and it's quarterback. Unless you want to talk about middle linebacker. But on offense, it's the quarterback.
Yeah.
And there was no better general than Tom Brady. And I was one of the people that said Bill Belichick and Tom Brady just fit into his system. I was wrong. And I can admit that openly. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football. And anybody who wants to, everybody can have their opinion. Yo, this guy was that guy, man. I'm sorry. And they had a lot of favor from the rest. But any team that's, when the 49ers were having their run, they had it. When Jordan was doing his thing, he had it, the Jordan rule. It's just what happens in sports. And when you're that good, you get rules made for you. That just speaks, it's an attestment to how good you are at that sport. Sorry.
You know, it's funny. Wilkins said said that one time a referee walked up to him and said, "Hey, be careful how you tackle Brady."
I'm telling you, it is what it is, bro. When you're that good, bro, that you carry a whole league on your shoulders, it's that. There's Tom Brady rules, there's Jordan rules, stuff that was implemented specifically for these players. There's only two players in the sport that you could, and Jordan, obviously, and then Brady. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad at. I never hate the Patriots like that. I never hated Brady like that. You know why? Because we used to beat them.
Yeah, and
that was the highlights of my season. I'm old enough, bro, where we've been trashed forever. And the highlight of our season was beating the damn Patriots.
Well, you know the difference between Josh Allen and a porn star?
Well, it depends if you're talking about gay porn or what.
No, but I'm just saying porn star. Don't matter. The porn stars don't choke on big ones.
Yeah.
God, Lord, you talking about Tua choke artist? Holy crap, this guy.
I don't think Tua's a choke artist. I just.
No, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. People are saying that he's a choke artist. I didn't say you.
I don't. He might be a little nervous. Hey, see, Dylan, I'm with you. Jenna, shot time for my guy Dylan. Dylan's in the chat, man. But yeah. Hey, you got to be careful, Dylan, with your Don't get your chats paused or whatever. You got to put no homo. No, don't put that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Strike that.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Dylan will be at the Buffalo game, so you'll get to meet him.
Yeah,
Shake.
I'll definitely be there,
Coming to
man.
the Buffalo
Hey,
game.
I'm thinking one of my coworkers, he's a Patriots fan, but it's as funny as his daughter is. He has a little one. She's under 10 years old, and she's a Dolphins fan.
Smart girl.
Yeah. It's cute that he has a picture of a Mac Jones T-shirt, and she has a Tua jersey. They took a picture together. That's cute.
Nice.
Yeah. Miami J kid, Tua is serviceable.
Tua is service. So I'm telling you, listen, man. As long as everything else is okay around him, he's gonna be okay.
Well, you know what? The smartest thing Geno Smith did was he balled out yesterday and last year. He didn't take a massive contract so he could keep the talent in Seattle. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's right. Because guess what? When he was with the Jets, but you know what? He was still young, and maybe he just needed time in the league. I don't know. If he comes back and they really make noise, he'll be the best shake back story ever. Because Geno Smith was trash, bro. When we lost to the Jets,
and he was with the Giants too. Don't forget that.
Come on, man. This guy's, he'll be the best comeback story ever. As far as when have you ever heard of a quarterback that comes in with hype, turns out to be trash, goes to another team, sits, rides the bench, and then comes to another team, and that'll be a great. I don't believe it. I didn't believe it. I'm just a different. I didn't believe in Brock Purdy. Everybody was co-signing him after last year. It was a recoming of Colin Kaepernick. He came in crazy late in the season. There was no book out on him. He ran rampant because nobody had a book on him. Then you give him this year, and about a little bit through the season, if you add up the games he played last season and the games he played this season before he started playing terrible, that's about what you get with, a full season of defensive coordinators to see what he's good at and take that away. Now, good quarterbacks are going to evolve their game, say, okay, they got this figured out, so I'll do this. It's chess. And he hasn't shown that he can make them adjustments.
Yeah.
And he's, looks like a 7th round pick now. But he was the second coming to Joe Montana, and everybody wanted him in Miami, and everybody was like, oh, we could have got him. What do you mean we could have got him? People give flowers too soon. Tua, this is your 4th year, my guy. Now, I know you had – what's his name? Flores at first. He didn't believe in you, and that did take away, and I'll give him that because he had some moments under Flores that he looked great to me. The Cardinals game, he had a few games. The LA Rams game, man, he really showed poise in the pocket. He scrambled, he extended plays, he made throws. He was good under Flores, but he didn't get a fair shake. Now you got it. So I need to see results. Otherwise,
Yeah, for sure.
0.
Oh man, so what are you gonna do this weekend? No football. No Dolphins football anyway. Y'all come on up. Hopefully we got. I dropped the link. Everybody, anybody who want to come up.
Brady went to Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. I'll tell you what though. Henny. I believed Henny was. I had high hopes for Henny.
Chad Henne? Hell yeah.
Chad Henne, man. To me, my favorite game against the Jets all time was that Monday night game with Chad.
He had a rocket for an arm too, man. Chad Henne did.
Yeah, we had Ted Ginn, and man, there was 5 lead changes in the 4th quarter. That was a great game. That was the best game Chad Henne ever played in his life. That was a great game.
And then he won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs as a backup, but still.
Yeah. And I was glad he did, man, because I never hated Henne.
Him and Matt Moore.
Yeah. A lot of these guys, they don't get a fair shake. Let me just salute my brother Dylan. I saw a post earlier where they said Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence had identical stats in their first 3 years. And I was like, dang, how can that be? And so I tagged my friend Brian in the post. He's a Jaguars fan. He was like, bro, they don't mention that the first year Urban Meyer was Trevor Lawrence's head coach. And I was like, oh shit, that's right. Trevor Lawrence rookie season, Urban Meyer was his head coach.
Mm-hmm.
The Jaguars were terrible. Terrible. The first game they won was against us. Speaks volumes of how terrible we were.
Yeah.
But and all those interceptions and all the low yards all comes from that. Because when Doug Peterson came and he had a guy, that can figure things out and use what he does and make a scheme out of it, he's excelled. The kid excelled. And that's the difference. And those stats, that's why stats don't always tell the truth. People look at stats as like a finality. It's not always a finality, man, because it's not the truth. Here you got Mac Jones with one of the best coaches ever, and his stats look like that after 3 years. Really, he ran him down, in 2 years.
Well, if you think about one thing about Trevor Lawrence too is, and this should be I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but his offensive coordinator, who became the de facto head coach, the interim head coach, is our quarterbacks coach now, Darren Bevel.
Darren Bevel.
That was the one. That's his quarterbacks coach.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it all matters. Coaching matters a lot. And I mean, for Tua too, because look, who would have thought, prior to McDaniel showing up, I'm one of the people that didn't think Tua could be like he is right now. I didn't think that he was just terrible, but I didn't think that he'd be, setting any kind of records, and he's doing that. So it's, it speaks volumes.
Hell yeah.
Having said that, McDaniels, bro, to me he's got it. If anybody on the whole team, if anything, I'm worried about anybody in the whole team organization, Mike McDaniels is my biggest concern. He's got to straighten it out, man. I'm sorry, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like you said. I think he's trying to be buddies with the beat writers and joking and shit like that. But at the end of the day, look, you could joke, you could kiss, you could shake hands, kiss babies. If you're not producing on the field, this media is gonna kill you.
And Dylan, let me tell you something. If Tua gets paid Joe Burrow money without winning us the Super Bowl first, bro, it'll be hard for me. I might retire from doing these shows and everything else. I'll tell you what. Because I'm sorry, man. He ain't that guy. Tua ain't Joe Burrow. I don't give a damn what his stats. His numbers are better than people are writing out Joe Burrow beginning of the season. I was like, man, what are you telling? Like, oh, look, aren't you glad? I thought you wanted Joe Burrow instead of Tua. Look now, who's laughing? Are you serious? Bro, he's not Joe Burrow. Sorry. Joe Burrow is
turning up, yeah.
His first, man, Joe Burrow, when they went to the Super Bowl, had no offensive line, was the most sacked quarterback in the league. If we want to talk about a guy that made something out of nothing on a regular basis, Joe Burrow was that guy. Now, whether what do you want to say? He had a crutch because he had the same receiver he had in college, so it was an easy handicap for him coming into the league. I don't care what you want to call it. Joe Burrow is that guy. He's one of them elite levels. There's only a couple elite quarterbacks. People think there's a lot. There's not a lot of elite quarterbacks in the league, bro. And you don't need them to win the Super Bowl, but it helps. It helps.
And Deshaun Watson, looks like he's coming back to form. He played a pretty good game this Sunday as well.
I didn't. You know what, after we lost Shakes, bro, me and Dylan went up to Hanky Panky's on A1A, and bro, our life was over. I was in bed at 4:00 Sunday. You kidding me? I went to sleep at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I had a 4-hour drive after that because I went to here we go. Where is it? I was chilling with Miss. I was in Tampa.
I was in
Yeah, and you know, I was with Papa Paul. We were at his house watching
Yeah,
the game.
nice, man.
We had some mimosas. We had some burgers and shit.
Bro,
Yeah.
I bought 4 bottles of damn champagne. Man, I had the worst headache. I tried to go to bed at 4. I was
Hey,
hurt.
by the way, how was that cava that I recommended for the mimosas?
It was great. Jenna, bring me that bottle of cava right there. This is the one I bought for this past Sunday. But the one that you recommended was great. And this is the one I had where I had a whole bunch of them. You ever hear
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
one?
yeah. That shit's good for mimosas.
Yeah, and bro, I was so depressed, man. It's like, God dang, man. Just the way that plays out. And again, these games that we lose, again, if it was a really close game, man, and it was Dylan said, "What's up, Jenna?" If it was close games, man, where it's a back and forth and back and forth, and
Yeah.
we just lose the game on just like well, I'd be okay. But it's such a sloppy played game, and it's like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just not. I just don't feel like I don't know. Coaching bothers me, bro. I'm sorry, man. We shouldn't have deferred. We should have kicked the ball. And especially if you know you have a problem getting the first call in for the first play of the game and we keep getting delayed games, that's even more of a reason not to defer. You know what? If we win the coin toss, we're going to take the ball and this is the play we're opening up with. And we're guaranteed not to get a delayed game because this is how we're starting. This is how we're opening up the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, you keep deferring. Like, I just
You want to set the tone.
Yeah, we're supposed to be the greatest show on surf and all this other shit. Come on, man. So take the ball, run it up their throat, and then make them play catch up. What's so hard to figure out about that? Yeah, I mean, he keeps deferring like we got the 2000 Baltimore defense or the no-name defense or the Killer Bees or like we got the Steel Curtain, the Purple People Eaters. Come on, man. You know, stop deferring. Take the ball, score, and let them play catch up. Because we're the ones that can run up the field, greatest show on surf. So how does that equate to defer? You're acting like we have the best defense in the league, not the best offense. We have the best offense in the league. So you receive the ball and make them play catch up, make them play keep up. The name of the game's keep up, not catch up. You know, what are we doing over here?
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure that out. But this is a Yale McGenius graduate. I just can't. This guy's I can't. It makes me.
I don't know. The thing about it is, and what's frustrating is the fact that you have high hopes for this team. You know what I mean? If you didn't have high hopes, you wouldn't have this level of frustration.
Yeah. I mean, well, we've been trashed for years. Let's call it what it is. So now it seems like we have something to fight with, but we don't have anything to think with. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. It is what it is, man. We got Ingold. Think of all the players on the offense. Barrios. We have guys that, when given the opportunity, they make clutch plays. We have those guys. We barely use them. We only use you know what I mean? And then the guys we do have, even some of them that are known playmakers, we take the ball out of their hands. Mostert. Come on, man. But that's why I say McDaniels let that McGenius shit go to his head. He lets all that talk about him being so smart and so, I feel like he let that go to his head. He tries to overthink things. He's got to simplify it, dumb it down, my guy.
Don't outsmart your common sense.
Yeah, man. What are you doing? You got these guys that make plays when you call on them, and then I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I mean, when I play Madden, and this going back to Madden, bring up Madden. People think Greg's bringing Madden in this. Listen, whenever I play Madden, okay, when I play against online people, I'm talking another person versus me. I always take the ball first. I go down, I chew the clock, I score, I'm up 7-0, and then I'm on defense. If the guy throws a pick, he'll either quit, or if he throws a pick, I'll go down and make it 14-0 before he quits.
See what I'm saying? It's how it happens, bro. And listen, sometimes, Greg, in a lot of these players, they're human. They get dejected. If you, not everybody has that fortitude where if they get burnt on a play, that they'll shake back and like they can't wait to get another opportunity. Some guys will get dejected.
What's going on, Color?
Before you get a chance to. So that's why it's important, man. Receive the ball, run up the field, make somebody feel dejected on that defense. Everybody's not a killer. Everybody doesn't have killer instinct. Everybody's not that guy. Run that ball up the field, put some doubt in the plant seeds of doubt in one of these defensive guys' minds. You'll be able to see the weak spots and keep exposing that. But they don't do it. This guy,
but you know what? I look, one thing that encouraged me about the when we played New England the second time, he wasn't playing cutesy shit. He was just playing straight up football with Bill Belichick because he knew he couldn't play that trickery shit because he knew a defensive coach, a team that was coached by Belichick was going to be too disciplined to fall for the okie doke. So he beat him straight up. There was no trickery. He should have gave that same respect to someone like Spagnuolo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. You're right.
And the thing I liked about it was in the fourth quarter, we were up right by 7 points. He was killing clock. He was running the ball. He wasn't doing no motion. He was just running the ball and making sure we did like a 4-minute drive, which was awesome. And he was running the ball so much that it eventually left Waddle wide open, and we got the touchdown. You know what I mean? I think, like you said, that New England game, we need to play more straight up football instead of trying to be cutesy.
That's it, you know. And this guy, Miami kid, I don't know what you're talking about. The Jets defense dominating, showing surf. Now listen, I know the Jets have a good defense. I'll give you that. They got a good defense, but guess what? We have a good defense too.
Yeah.
The difference is, and I don't know if you watched the game last night, Miami kid. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But that's the difference. When you got a good defense and a good offense, that's what's going to matter. Because we have a great offense and we have a really good defense. They have a great defense over there in New York and a mediocre at best. I wouldn't even call it mediocre. Below average offense. See, so that ain't even a fair match. That defense, they're human. Okay, this isn't Ivan Drago from Rocky, you know, that doesn't get tired and is a machine. He's not a man, he's a machine. These are men over there. We keep giving them turnovers and 4 and outs on offense. That defense is on the field a lot, and they got to keep up with that speed on offense. That shit is going to get tired. Easy work. Jets are easy work, man. They don't have nothing to work with on offense. I said that about Kansas City, but I was just capping with Kansas City because we all know they got
Patrick Mahomes, and they got Patrick Mahomes. They got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, the Jets is trash.
I still think we split with the Jets.
Trash, bro. They got a great defense, and that's where the buck stops. They don't have nothing going for themselves on offense. They can't keep up with our defense, and our offense will gas that shit. It might be in the first half, it'll look like. Second half, we'll run away with the Jets. That shit is trash. Swept. I don't care. Aaron Rodgers comes back. He ain't mobile. He's going to be like a deer in the headlights. Trash. Sweep the Jets. That's it. Thank you, Color. That shit is trash. You keep them on the field, they're going to get tired, bro. There's been many years that the Miami Dolphins had a fantastic defense and no
2002.
Offense. And guess what? On the field constantly. We can't get a first down, and that shit wears down. And then, you know, we lose. We'll sweep the Jets. Easy work. I don't give a damn if it's Aaron Rodgers. I don't give a damn if it was prime Tom Brady. That shit is trash. They ain't going nowhere, man.
I think we should sweep the Jets basing their offense. But for me, I'm going to respect the Jets. I think they get one on us with their defense. But if
Mute
we
Greg.
lose to the Jets,
Shakes, mute Greg real quick.
All right. I'll do one better.
Yeah, there you
go. No. This I tell you what. This Thursday, being that we don't have no game to preview, I was thinking it'll be appropriate. What we could do is we'll go up and down the roster, coaching and everything. We'll do a midterm session for the season
on Thursday.
Yeah, if you have time.
No, if you need me, just let me know. Hit me up, man. I got to get going though. I still, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no.
Clothes. I haven't taken a shower or anything.
Yeah. We'll shut this down in a minute. So yeah, man. Let's get some final
Greg,
thoughts, man.
Final thoughts.
Go ahead.
Greg, I hope you stop feeling emo, bro. Me and Dylan had to get over it, so you got to get over it.
Oh,
We've
I'm
been
already
dealing
over
with
it.
it longer than you. Dylan's closer to your age than I am, but man, it gets. I ain't even gonna lie to you and say it gets better, because if it does get better, we'll both figure that out at the same time. Me being 42 and you being 20, whatever you are, because the shit ain't got better for me in damn 35 years, But don't let it ruin the rest of your week. Shakes,
oh man, I'm just comfortably numb.
Yeah, man. It is what it is. Man.
All right. Next time I'm gonna get your name right, Liuccui.
Lucci.
Okay.
Yeah, like Gucci, but with an L.
All right, brother.
Liuccui, but just see the last part of my name, Lucci.
Yes. All right, my brother. Appreciate it. My
bad.
Bad, man.
Everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys showing up.
Man.
Dylan, if you're still there, Color, Robert, Newfoundland, everybody, Liz. Thanks for showing up. Ryan, I think Ryan left a long time ago. My son, I know he's off. He's playing a video game. But you guys have a good week, man. Enjoy the rest of the week. See you Thursday.
Fins up, baby.
Okay, peace.
All right, Greg. And that's just the two of us, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody who came through. My man Color, Robert, Miami J Kid, Liz, Newfoundland. Hey, man, we do this, for y'all. Dylan, I can't wait to see you at the game, man. Shout out to Larry K. Hope he gets better. And yeah, man, we're definitely. I guarantee we're not going to lose this weekend. I guarantee it. We might lose to the bye week. Who knows? And be on a losing streak. But no, we got Vegas in 2 weeks. Then the Thanksgiving game. So, Greg, any final thoughts, my brother?
Yes, I got some final thoughts. Even though the Dolphins don't play this week, NFL, get your shit together. I think it's a crime that we have to watch the Jets and Raiders Sunday. A crime we got to watch the Bills fuck the Broncos. I think it's criminal we got to watch the Vikings, Broncos. The prime time games, there's been some good ones, but some of them are duds. We need to start flexing out the shit teams. We know the shit teams now. Can we start flexing them out and put some better matchups on? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not watching Jets Raiders. I'll be playing Madden.
Yeah, and Dolphins for life. And I can't forget the OG Raphael Courtright, the original Raphael in the group. So, hey, fins up, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
I know you heard me on the radio flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio